Ave, true to Christ. Hey everybody, this is Catholic Trash Talk, and today we are going to be talking about the final video on the Jesus challenges. So just a reminder, in the channel there is a playlist of all the other Jesus challenges. You can watch them in any order. I've made them as standalone videos. But basically, you can these give you guys daily challenges to work on yourself, to edify yourself and strengthen yourself. It also points out the dangers of Protestantism. So I will get the video set up and we'll get right to it.
9 years ago, my life was transformed in Israel. I'd never been to Israel before. I was there with 180 ministry leaders from 53 countries, and I'll never forget the last session was on Mount Arbel, where many believe the Great Commission took place, and we're overlooking the Sea of Galilee, and I'm seeing exactly what the disciples had seen 2,000 years ago. And somebody preached on the Great Commission. I just imagine the words of Jesus: all authority in heaven and earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations. And those words resonated in my soul. And that's when God moved in my heart from focusing Dare to Share as a national ministry to a global ministry. And I pray that God moves in your heart to multiply, to make and multiply disciples in your own world, to think about somebody you know that you can take deeper into the Word and wider into the world, because that Great Commission, this ultimate cause, wasn't just for the disciples, not just for me, it's for you. I want you to imagine Jesus telling you, all authority in heaven and earth has been given to me. Therefore, you, fill in your name, go and make disciples of all nations. I'm going to give you a simple way to do that with the Radical Like Jesus Challenge this week. I wrote that book, Radical Like Jesus, 21 Challenges. I encourage you to get the book, to take all the challenges in the book, but take someone else through it and equip them to take the challenges as well. Hold each other accountable and multiply the movement. Let's not just be hearers of the word. Let's be doers of the word. Let's go and make disciples of all nations. Let's be radical like Jesus.
I'm glad he decided to sell his book on that one. Little disappointing to end on that kind of challenge. So here's what I would actually say. Listen, the book, it was cute. It was cute listening to it. I had the audio book, and Greg Steer was the one who actually did the audio reading of his book, and that was pretty cute as well. But as fun as it was to listen to him talk, that book isn't edifying. It doesn't really add anything of value or substance. I think that these give you different ways to think about it, but as I've pointed out in these videos, he's very marred by this idea of modalism, of separating God into, instead of them being just three separate persons in one God, he sees them as like three different workers that do three different things and live out these roles that are separate. And the other thing is he just has a lot of weird ways of ministry that I just can't agree with. Like, for example, going out and seeking a homeless person to eat and have a conversation of faith with them, where it seems more like we're forcing this on them rather than letting it naturally, organically happen. We're trying to do works and live a works-based faith, which is another criticism I have of Greg Steer. But here's what I'd say. He is right. We do have to go out and make disciples, but we have to realize that we are not the teachers making disciples, because this is the mistake that my Free Methodist church fell into, where they're thinking that we need to make more home churches because it was a home church, basically offshoot of another church. And the idea is to make more preachers so you can make more churches. And it's a quantity over quality type of situation. We got to realize that the one true church of Catholicism is what gives us that ability to be able to do more overall good in the grand scheme of things. And so what we need to do is we do need to go out and make disciples, but we need to have conversations about Jesus and invite them into the faith. That's what we need to do. And if we want to do even greater scale things, we need to talk to our priest, our pastor, and talk about how can we involve ourselves. So my challenge to you, instead of buying the book, don't waste your time with that, because everything you needed to see in these videos is basically what you're going to learn in the book anyways. But what I would say is I challenge you to find one person that you're going to work on converting, and you're going to ask your priest or pastor on what's one thing that you can contribute to the church, or volunteer, or do something like that. And see if those opportunities lead you to open doors to new experiences. And then when you get done with that, keep trying to add to the challenge of what's the next person I can try and convert, or what's the next volunteer opportunity I can do. And give service in trying to be a good disciple. That is what the challenge should be. Anyways, guys, that's everything. Feel free to bully me in the comments and tell me why I'm wrong. I look forward to hearing from you guys. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and peace be with you. Bye.